Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 5 of our commentary for Donkey Kong Country, and today we're going to be making our way through World 5, Creme Croc Industries. And I think, apart from the boss arena for the final boss, this is the last, unique aesthetic we'll be seeing in this game.
This aesthetic gives me mad Smythe's Castle vibes.
What castle?
Oh, Smythe's Castle from Mario RPG.
Ah, okay.
Snivy. Yes,
I don't think I've ever heard someone pronounce it Smythe.
Is it Smithy? Is it supposed to be like...
I assume it's Smithy because it's like a weaponsmith.
Oh, that makes sense.
I've also never heard anybody pronounce it Ocarina, but, you didn't hear that from me.
Hey, Ocarina.
This guy.
I will also not accept Ocarina, you fools.
Then what is it?
It's Okadoka.
Boku no Ocarina.
God, I can't believe we're having this conversation over this gorgeous music. I love Fear Factory.
This is a really good song. But we could be playing Flute of Time.
Yeah. Well, see you later, DK. Sorry, DK, you're just not a draw anymore.
Nobody likes DK anymore.
Go ahead, Bart. Take it to Bone Storm. It's the company's fault for making you want it so much.
Join us next episode when we play The Legend of Zoraldo, Flute of the Hours.
Oh boy.
What is this, like a devolution of title?
Devolution.
Flute of the Hours. That's the one with the dancing hippo, isn't it? The ballerina hippo.
Look at this Trader Kong.
Trader Kong.
Trader Kong.
I don't know. There's one in every family, I guess.
Oh, that animation though.
Oh yeah.
See,
His eyes bugging out like that.
They brought it back. They brought that animation back for Smash 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his eyes bulging out.
Yeah.
Oh well, they definitely brought it back in the K. Rool character reveal trailer. To hilarious and somewhat disturbing effect. Their bulging eyes punched out that glass. I'm sorry, that just unsettles me.
It's funny though.
It's funny, but
Oh no, you missed the N. You got Cog.
Yeah.
If Donkey Kong is Trader Kong, does that mean that actually Donkey Kong Country comes after DK64 and it's Lanky Kong after he betrayed the Kong family and escaped from Guantanamo Bay?
If that wasn't your headcanon before, it is now.
Guantanamo Bay. Quote of the night.
I know what the title of this part's gonna be.
Oh boy.
What kind of torture methods do they use in Guantanamo Bay? Do they force you to eat bananas that aren't your color?
That is sacrilege in DK64. Oh my god.
Purple? I hate grape!
Yeah, do you suppose they're flavored, or are they just colored arbitrarily?
They put a bag over your head that's filled with grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut smells.
Oh my god!
Oh wait, no, it's pineapple smells.
Abort! Abort!
Oh, how'd you get down there? You goofed! What'd you do? Oh no, you got it.
You gotta jump off the air.
Oh yeah, they brought that mechanic back in Tropical Freeze.
They brought that mechanic back in Smash Bros, where Donkey Kong gets a double jump.
If we were playing Tropical Freeze, then that elevator platform probably would have fallen off the track at the end.
Yeah,
just to kick you in the teeth.
Yeah.
Also,
I love that.
Tracks would be moving 5 times faster.
I love that game and DKCR, but my god, they take every opportunity to just beat you down.
Yeah. I mean, lives and bananas are plentiful in that game, but
they are.
But you will get frustrated and want to take a break after a little while.
I love that those beavers are positioned so that the one on the right will always just walk off, just not even close to the platform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess these are some pretty loyal Kremlings, because they're all just kind of going to their death. Except that guy.
Yeah, he's just like, never mind.
He's just gonna walk in place for all of time.
That sound bit that Donkey Kong just did is probably one of my favorite sound bits in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's just like, ah!
You know, I wonder what would have looked weirder. Just doing the, having them stationary with their walking animation like they do, or just, like, freezing them on a frame with their walking animation until they start moving.
What, the Kongs or the enemies?
The enemies. Because they just stand up there stationary with the... Oh. It's like, wait, no, I'm staying on.
Dan, the real answer is just to have him, like, jitter in place. You see how beautiful that was?
God, I remember being legitimately just terrified of the Home Alone game for SNES as a kid. Because, well, one, the enemy sprites were just... They were, like, kind of uncanny, where they were modeled to look like the characters from the movie, but they were so compressed that they were just, like, kind of scary looking.
Uh-huh.
And the more terrifying part was that, like they weren't bad when they were just walking around in the hallways and shit. But there was this one room in the first level where one of the enemies was just standing there completely motionless in a room that you go in. And as soon as you get within his... Like, you can kind of see him standing still there when you're far away. And there's, like, a thing you need to collect that's near him. And as soon as you get within his range, he will just, like, turbo speed walk towards you.
Oh, no.
It's scary.
That sounds like gaming nightmare fuel for a child.
Yeah,
Ooh,
not to
dodge.
mention that when you get a game over, you hear the kid you hear Coley McCulkin just screaming in the... It's like... You hear a compressed, like a bit crushed soundbite of him screaming, and then a shot of him from the movie, but like he's shirtless, and it only shows him from like the shoulders up, but like you can still tell that he's shirtless, so it's like just a little bit of extra weird.
Well, yeah, because the forgive me, I actually haven't seen Home Alone in a long time, but the scene where he does that face and the scream is because he puts on, like, his dad's aftershave and it, like, burns his face. Like, isn't that the context?
So I've never actually seen any of the Home Alone movies. My only experience with Home Alone is from the SNES game.
I see, Dan, so you're a fake Home Alone fan. God, how low can you go?
I am scared shitless by Home Alone.
Dan only knows it as the terrifying SNES game.
I've got a trivia query, and I don't know if I'm right or not. Is the director of that also the director of 16 Candles and Breakfast Club?
Actually, I think the director of the original Home Alone was Chris Columbus, who also directed the first two Harry Potter movies.
Oh!
I.e. the only ones I really care about. And look at this nonsense.
Oh.
As soon as the platform's off the screen, it's just gone.
Yeah. That's
Good.
crap.
Good job, Rare.
Donkey
Come on,
is
guys.
phasing through the platforms.
When the producer was putting together the team to make Home Alone, did they prioritize people based on how prominent, like how many names they had with prominent C's in them? Like Cully McCulkin and Chris Columbus.
It's okay, Dan. It's Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
I was hoping you misspoke the first time, but
See, I
did misspeak, but I misspoke in the fact that I'm an idiot and I forgot his name.
They really need to control the algae bloom in this water.
Yeah, no kidding.
Implying
and
it's
the
algae.
and the smog.
And not toxic waste.
Yeah.
I like how I've made like ecology jokes every time I go to a water world.
I don't know. The shark seems to be fine.
I don't know.
He's exhibiting some strange
eyes.
behavior. Look at it. He just keeps swimming back and forth.
They've mutated to shrink and their eyes start bulging out.
If you look very closely in the background, you can see the three-eyed fish from The Simpsons.
Who was it? Was it Trey here that said that if they were to get a tattoo, it'd probably be the it might not have been any of us. It might have been someone else that said if they would ever get a tattoo, it would be the three-eyed fish from The Simpsons.
It's a weird tattoo. That definitely
Now that I
wasn't
think
me.
about it, it was probably someone on Only Plays.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never heard any of you
Or
guys
maybe
say
it was. Maybe it was. Yeah, it was probably like one of those guys,
Bad
like
squid.
the Sleepy
Like-
Cabin crew or something.
DK, come on.
Oh, you
like-
fast forwarded to the same corridor.
You touch the jellyfish, like it stings you. It doesn't kill you instantly.
Maybe he's allergic.
Yeah, I'm real glad in Tropical Freeze they added the ability to attack underwater. Because some of these levels are just like the music is wonderful, but the levels can be just like... Okay, this one in particular, I'm thinking back to the other water levels, and they really aren't that bad. It's just this one.
Well, this is the last water level, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. With the spike wheels, the jellyfish.
Are there octopus in this one?
Also, I think this is the one where the end of the level is just like a barrage of fish, like stretching across the screen.
Does this level have octopus?
That was World 4, Dan. Come on. Are you even watching the right video?
Remember how weird it is going to a level that has these spike wheel things just out of water?
Oh yeah. Well, that's in the totally not rushed Final World Chimp Caverns. So.
Do not lose on guard. Use your
Mhm.
lifeline here.
Yeah.
Ah!
And there
He immediately
he
lost on guard.
goes.
I've
Wait, on
seen the
guard.
future.
Did he?
Con.
How did I know? Oh,
Not
Maybe
only
I'll-
did
maybe
you
I'll-
lose on guard, but you lost Diddy trying to go after on guard.
Yeah, well, we can't all make it through the poison water stage. I don't know.
the poison for Donkey Kong.
There-
Donkey
there's-
Kong's poison.
There's no rationalizing this, is there? I've just killed a Kong. Mama, just killed a Kong.
That's our next
Put my
YouTube
coconut gun against his head.
Oh no.
And I forgot how the mincers work.
Oh no.
And here we gotta face the death gauntlet of fish
Dude,
with
what
Diddy
if,
alone.
what if this level's like it's actually like full of weed smoke and they're like swimming in bong water?
Oh my.
Yes.
And the level's called Kong in a Bong.
Call Kevin Smith. He wants to fund this movie.
Yeah, let's get all those like the weed movie crew on it.
Him and who's the guy that
Seth-
laughs funny? Seth.
So Seth Rogen's already busy with the new totally necessary live action Lion King remake. So
Oh no.
Seth
Is he
Rogen
Timon or
is
Pumbaa?
Donkey Kong.
I think he's Pumbaa.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know, Cranky. I don't like all these new Disney remakes either.
So how much you want to bet Timon and Pumbaa are gonna Timon and Pumbaa? how much you want to bet Timon and Pumbaa are gonna be like stoners in the live action movie?
I mean, they're already hippies.
It's the logical next step.
Dude, like bug munchies, man.
God.
I can't wait.
That was
Disney,
more of like a
please.
butthead laugh.
Oh, buck munchies.
The sad thing is that I've laughed like every single time.
It's effective. See, I thought so. One thing that's different about this and the Donkey Kong Returns games is, in those you jump with the cart.
Well, actually,
Well, there are some levels that you jump with the cart in this.
yeah, in the first minecart, there are two minecart stages in DKC 1. The first one you jump with the cart, and this one you jump out of it.
Oh.
Like so.
And sometimes you don't jump back in.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a shit read there.
Yeah.
It's always
Um,
terrifying for me starting a minecart level in one of the Donkey Kong Country games, because I have to do that initial jump to find out whether it's a jump with the minecart or jump out of the minecart level.
Yeah, Rhino coins.
I think in Tropical Freeze, all of the minecart levels are in the cart, but in DKCR, there are some of them where, like, the cart has gems in it, so you can't, like, ride inside it, and those are the ones where you jump out of it instead of jumping. God, I love the... We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but, you know, we will get to those games one day. I just love how, like, Retro's approach to those games is, like, even something as simple as, like, oh, there are minecart stages where you stay in the cart, and sometimes where you jump out of the cart. But, like, they had to make a reason for that. Like, let's fill the cart up with gems so you can't, like, duck down inside it. God, I love you, Retro Studios. Please don't screw up Metroid Prime 4.
You know they won't.
I hope they won't.
Well, I knew that Hideo Kojima wouldn't screw up Metal Gear Solid V. Hideo Kojima / Konami.
I was about to say, like, that's not his fault.
Well,
there are some things that I'm sure are his fault, but other things that I'm sure were Konami.
Well, the whole, like, twist, I'm sure, was his, you know.
What a twist.
I can't even be 100% sure with that one, because I could also just see it as, like, a... Well, I don't know if I want to talk spoilers on a video, but I could potentially see that as, like, Konami pulling, like, a... Well, I mean, we don't want this to be the last Metal Gear game, since, you know, it's such a profitable series. So let's, like, work in a way to make more Metal Gear games.
Yeah, gotta give themselves an out, I guess.
I wonder, did the entire dev team that Konami or Kojima had, like, manicured, did they go with him to Sony, I wonder?
I don't know.
Oh. So I feel like that's probably part of his strength, is, like, he probably had a really trusting team.
Well, I know there was a thing where, there was, like, somebody on Kojima's team that kind of he kind of, like, advised him a bit and set him straight on some of his wackier ideas. I think that person left the team between 3 and 4, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So he was like the God, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was like the producer on Star Wars and Empire. Gary Kurtz. He's the Gary Kurtz of Kojima Productions.
I feel like I've heard interviews with that guy.
Yeah, he left because he didn't like the direction. Supposedly he left because he didn't like the direction they were taking with Jedi, but, you know, that's neither here nor there.
I don't know why
I
don't know why the guy on Kojima's team left exactly, but I just know that he left.
Maybe he got burned out working on the same series year after year.
Maybe he was like maybe he was like Kojima himself, and each game he wanted it to be the last.
Well, yeah, that was basically that was every one since 2, wasn't it?
I think Kojima wanted 1 to be the last one.
Really? Well, I guess the ending would work.
Well, yeah, because 2, the whole theme was, like, shitting on sequels, and people just wanted the same game over again.
Yeah.
So, something I will say about the Metal Gear series is that I can understand people shitting on games like Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 4 and stuff for maybe not having, like, the story that they would have liked. But I am a firm believer that, in specifically the Metal Gear series, the story... I feel like this, it's more about the themes and motifs of the series rather than...
Like what,
like, actual...
like, logically happens in the story.
Yeah, like, I feel like Metal Gear Solid 4 did a lot of things with the story that were maybe, like, not good calls from, like, a traditional storytelling standpoint, and maybe, like, burned some players. But I feel like those same decisions were really good in service of the themes that it was trying to get across. Like,
you're talking about 4, right?
Yeah, 4. Like, the themes of the death of a series and, like, dragging something on longer than it should.
By the way, that last boss we just fought is the most ridiculous boss in the game.
How is that a boss? It's just a barrel full of enemies.
Boss Dumb Drum. Yep. Tune in next time for an actually good boss.
Yay!
See ya.